What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Tonight we're going to be installing some flush mounted lights in the bumper on a 2018 Chevy Silverado. We're going to be using these cheapy Tractor Supply Traveler brand flush mount lights because I haven't had any better luck with the more expensive ones. So I picked these up for like 50 bucks at Tractor Supply. I'll be showing you guys the best way to install these, the easiest way. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, first thing you're going to want to figure out is your placement. On this particular bumper, we've got kind of a larger space in this area. So I'm going to be putting mine right there on each side. And I'll show you the first step on how to do that. Alright guys, first thing we're going to want to do is throw some painter's tape in the area we're going to mount the lights. This is going to help you mark out exactly where to cut the square hole and also where to drill your holes for your bolts to mount them. Alright, first thing we're going to do is try to get a center line of how we're going to mount the lights. Kind of eyeball a center line for between this area and this area. As long as you're close, it's not rocket science. They'll look pretty level and even and parallel. We're just going to take a little torpedo level here and kind of extend these lines to make it easier on us. Gives us a good idea of where to start. Alright guys, with these lights comes a template that makes it super easy to mark out where you need to cut and drill. So all I'm going to do is put these up to the bumper and kind of get them even and straight, mark it out, and then we're going to go and cut out the holes. One thing you're going to want to make sure before you make your cuts is that behind the area you're going to be cutting out is open and free of anything, which this is. So we're good to go ahead and cut those out once we get them marked. To make this a little bit easier, what I did was I made some center marks on the template right here, 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 and here, so that we can line them up with our center marks on the truck to make it a little bit easier to line it up straight, so we can make our template marks and then go ahead and cut it out. And we can also kind of eyeball that and see if we like it. We can change it if we don't, but that looks pretty good, so we're gonna go ahead and go with it. You guys can see pretty square with the truck. Just kind of eyeballing it to see if it looks good. Alright guys, there's two tools you can use to do this. One is a die grinder that you use an air compressor for, or you can use just a standard 4.5 inch angle grinder, which is what I'm going to go ahead and use. These templates show to cut out these little notches on the side, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to run it square because that would be super hard to cut. So I'm just going to make a big square instead of doing that little angle cut.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
As you can see, we've got both of them in the bumper now. And all we've got to do is mark and drill our holes to mount them.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Alright guys, as you can see, all I did was I put a couple Sharpie marks through those holes to just kind of give me a center point of where to drill the hole. And then to prevent this fresh cut metal from rusting, I'm just going to spray a little bit of black spray paint in here. We got one of them nice and mounted. We're gonna head over to this guy, get that guy finished up, and then we'll be on to wiring. Got them all mounted in the bumper. Turned out pretty nice. Now the only thing left to do is the wiring. Alright guys, these lights come with these nice pigtails that just plug into the back of the lights, and then you run your hot and your ground wire. I'm going to tie the grounds together as well as the positives, and then ground it to a spot on the back of the truck, and then run my positive up to underneath the hood. Got them all installed. They look nice and parallel, level, and they are definitely bright. It's going to help a lot with backing up at night, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to put them on. And yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out if you're planning on installing a set of these. And like I said, it's definitely worth the work that it takes to put them in. Just take your time and they'll turn out pretty nice.